Nothing in life comes easy. Nothing in life comes suddenly. Nothing in life comes wishfully. Nothing in life comes just like that. At a point or the other, we all must wait. We must wait for a minute, for a beat to get things done. I understand that we are currently in an age that is fast-paced, and even in the fast-paced nature of the age that we are in, we still have to wait. Some people, because they do not want to wait for a long period to get their kind of dish made, they subject themselves to taking something simpler or faster. But even in getting that faster thing, you still have to wait. Even if it is for 5 minutes, 2 minutes, 1 minute, waiting is important. And the law of nature, waiting is essential for true progress. There is no predictability of progress or an advancement without waiting. Waiting guarantees that you've gone through process. It ensures the balance in this world. At a point or the other in your life, you will wait. Even if you say you don't want to wait, that I'm not gonna wait. I'm not waiting. I want it now. You will still get to wait. Welcome to another episode of PV Musings, and today I'm sharing on waiting seasons. The season of waiting can be hackling, can be trying, can be troubling, depending on how well you manage it and depending on the measure of knowledge available to you. I remember in Nigeria, there's an exam before you gain admission into the university called Joint Admission Matriculation Board. We'll call it JAMB. Okay, they organize the Unified Tertiary Matriculation Exam, UTME. And I got involved in that exam. Prior to that time, I never had plans of, going to the university. I just wanted to join the military. That was all my life ambition at the time. That was all my life ambition at the time. Just to wear the camo flag, just to be a soldier and to walk around. Because at the time when I was born, the country Nigeria was still under military rule. I mean, it took about 8-9 years after I was born before, the military rule was taken over, and we had a democratic rule. It took about 8-9 years after. So I just love the military. The average African, the average Nigerian has no respect for their fellow man until force is involved. And once they see the uniform, there's this awe, there's this comportment, there's this order that gets restored in them. And so I loved what it does. And so all that I wanted was just to be a military man, just to wear that uniform. If all that God will grant me is the grace to wear it, I just wanted that. But even wanting that, no matter how much of it, because my best Christmas gift was a camouflage trousers, at the time. So no matter how I wanted it then, I still needed to wait. They were definitely not going to take me in at my age. I still needed to go through the process. There are still things I needed to learn. In the process or season of waiting, one crucial part of your life is that you must not be found idle. The season of waiting is not a season of inactivity. In fact, must not be the season of inactivity. We have many people who are waiting and they are wasting. What do I mean? Many people are waiting without doing nothing. That way, they are wasting away. The Lord has promised you great opportunities. The Lord has promised you great things, possibly in career, possibly in your profession, possibly in your health, in your relationship, in your marriage. The proof that you believe that you're going to have that which was told you is that you act, is that you work. The waiting season is a season of great preparation. It's process. Not many people are blessed with that season. Everyone actually is privy to it, but not many maximize it. I remember something that happened a couple of years ago. I have an uncle, a distant uncle by the way, who got his wife pregnant, and 9 months after she delivered, he had to reach out to my dad asking for money to get the wife discharged from the hospital and to be able to get certain things. And I kept asking myself, 9 months was a good time to save. 9 months was a good time to plan for the baby. But here you are acting as if the baby came unawares, unannounced. You had the first month, you had the second month, you had the third month, you had down to the 9th month. Those periods of waiting for the arrival of testimony or the arrival of this breakthrough was a good season to prepare. Many people have gone through seasons of waiting without maximizing it. And by not maximizing it, I'm saying without preparing, without learning. You know, I like to reference how that in Genesis chapter 1, how that on the 7th day God rested. I like to always juxtapose it with the Hebrews chapter 4, how that the rest of God was a provision of salvation. And once we come into rest, we have come into salvation. And so it means that when God truly rested, God did not physically cease from activity. The rest of God was characterized by activity. So even though he was, in quote now, resting, he was working. While you are waiting for that major breakthrough, while you are looking forward to that major hit, what are you doing at the moment? What are you learning? Someone reached out not too long ago, mentioning how that the Lord has said this would happen to them, this would happen to them. And the next question I'm asking is, what are you doing today? One of the greatest disasters that can happen to a man is to appear or to show up on the day of your glorification with lack of preparation. It's going to be disgraceful. Imagine that you just graduated from school and you're the best graduate students. You've been notified, expected to give a speech, and you get there. And while you get there, you're looking at everybody. Or while you start speaking, you started to stutter. Not because you stutter naturally, but because you did not prepare. That would be disgraceful, right? And that's the thing with preparation during your waiting season. Sometimes you get to ask yourself, you get to question things. How did this person get to this point? How did this person get to this juncture? What did they do during their waiting season? While they were waiting for this thing, while they were preparing, what even characterized their preparation? What characterized it? I thought you said that you were eager to become president. I thought you said that you were eager to become the first woman who helped in managing science and helped in managing the economy of Africa, blah blah blah. I mean, all those things, very fancy visions, fancy prospects. If you do not prepare, your showing forth would be a waste. Your waiting season would be nothing to write home about. Everybody waits, as I said. Some wait for children to arrive, some wait for their spouse to arrive, some wait to grow, some wait to, to achieve certain dreams, some goals, some purposes. Whatever you're waiting for, everybody goes through it. You don't get pregnant today and give birth today. You don't plant a seed today and reap the harvest tomorrow. It takes a while. That period of waiting for the fruit is called the waiting season. At a point or the other, man will never cease to stop waiting. At a point or the other, man will always wait. You need to ask yourself, what am I waiting for? What am I trusting? Am I looking forward to? What am I trusting the Lord to give to me? Everyone at a point or the other will wait. You're waiting on the government. You're waiting on the Lord. You're waiting for a promotion. You're waiting for the next level. Man never gets to a point where his need ends. And as long as you have needs, you would have to wait. Oh yeah, I want God to give me a husband. He gives you a husband. After he's done giving you a husband, he said, I want God to give me a child. After you get pregnant, you have to wait for the manifestation of the same. Again, you have to wait for the child to grow. You nurse the child, to a point where the child grows. You watch the child grow too. It takes a time. It takes a process. There's a time where you have to clean up the child. There's a time when the child grows and is able to do that by him or herself. All those things are waiting seasons. I like to say in this episode that waiting seasons are learning seasons. Waiting seasons must be maximized by learning, must be maximized by learning, must be maximized by preparations. And these preparations are tied to what you're yielding yourself to. What better thing would meet you? You can't tell me that all you waited for 4 years, possibly waiting, for instance, for a particular job to appear, all you achieved was that a job finally came. It should be more than that. It shouldn't just be about the job. It should be lessons you picked on the road. There should be better things. While you're waiting for the UN to appear, the UN job to come through, while you're waiting for the ECOWAS job, you're waiting for the Unilever job, you're waiting for the World Health Organization job to come. While you're waiting for all those big breaks, African Development Bank, while you're waiting for all those big breaks to happen, Microsoft, what are you doing? I know you saw it in your dream. I know you heard God expressly. But I'm asking you, how are you maximizing your waiting season? What happens when you are called upon? Would you look like what is qualified to stay there? Certain people prepare to buy a shoe and in their preparation to buy the shoe, they don't take care of the leg that will wear the shoe, such that when the shoe arrives, there's no longer legs to wear it. So I'm saying to you, take care of that leg, such that when you buy the shoe that you're looking forward to wearing, when you buy that shoe that you fantasize about, that you craved for, then it will fit. Same way, people are looking forward to traveling all over the world, traveling the nations, and there is little or no care being done or being, shown to their health. You do not eat well. You do not take care of this body, this frail body. You yield yourself, and if you're in Africa, yielding your body to mosquitoes, doing some dangerous things, and you're saying, don't worry, I'm going to live long. Yeah, it's possible that it's in your books that you would, in books in destiny, that you would live long. But if you do not maximize the waiting season, the day of your showing forth, you'll be nowhere to be found. What are you doing with your waiting season? I believe God is interested in your waiting season, and I believe it should be maximized. Pick up a skill, learn something, upskill, be a better version of yourself, such that when The waiting season is over. You are not at the same level that you used to be. You are a changed person. I hope this blessed you, and I hope you're refreshed. I look forward to sharing with you more on the waiting season next week. Do well to join PV Musings. If you have questions, please send a mail to me at pvmusings@gmail.com. God bless you. You have prevailed.